A spot in the conference championship game is on the line from the Mountain East Conference Championship, presented by the Health Plan from WesBanco Arena in Wheeling. It's the semifinals of the women's bracket in the Mountain East Conference Tournament as Frostburg State takes on the University of Charleston, the 7th-seeded Bobcats, and the 3rd-seeded Golden Eagles, playing for the right to take on number 1 seed Glenville State in the championship game tomorrow. From inside WesBanco Arena, we're excited for this one. Glenville State outlasting 5th seed Fairmont State. A nice comeback there late for Fairmont State, but the top-seeded Pioneers advance to tomorrow's championship. We've got the Cinderella of the tournament here so far in Frostburg State, taking on 3rd-seeded Charleston this afternoon. We're ready for this one courtside. I'm Daniel Woods with Meg Bulger alongside. And Meg, you look at this tournament so far, and I think you're looking at maybe two of the most battle-tested teams. A Frostburg State team that I said is the Cinderella so far, the number 7 seed getting to the semifinals. You've got Charleston, who outlasted a run late from Wheeling to get this far.
Yeah, absolutely. Both battle-tested. Momentum is on their side. We'll see who peaks at the right moment, but there comes a time in this tournament when seedings kind of don't matter anymore, and we might be it.
Frostburg State upset 2nd-seeded West Virginia Wesley in the quarterfinals to get here. Sophie Nichols, a huge part of that, the Ripley, West Virginia native, a career-high 25 points to win the Battle of the Bobcats.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge game for Sophie Nichols, 6 boards, 3 steals. And she's a player that can score at all 3 levels for Frostburg.
On the other side for Charleston, Paris Stokes is the engine of head coach Bubby Johnson's team, right around 14.5 points per game, and she upped that in that quarterfinal win.
Yeah, she sure did. 19 and 10 rebounds. She had 16 the first time they played Frostburg. Loves to score, take it off the bounce, and get to the free throw line. The starting lineups and tip-off are next from WesBanco Arena in Wheeling. This is the Mountain East Conference Championship presented by the Health Plan.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you. We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
Visit Wheeling, West Virginia.
Just about ready for tip-off in the Mountain East Conference women's basketball semifinals, joined by Frostburg State head coach Jenna Eckelberry. And coach, you split the regular season series with Charleston. What can be the difference for your team today?
We got to keep them off the offensive glass. We got to get after their guards for 40 minutes, and we got to play intense defense. We know what they're going to do on defense. They're the best in the league, so we got to control what we can control on offense and get a good shot every single time.
Coach, thanks for the time. Good luck. Today's starting lineups are presented by Omni Strategic Technologies, better business through technology. Charleston with a guard-heavy look, Paris Stokes, Senny Mietrich, Jordan Scully, Bridget Womber, and Natalie Smith. Frostburg State goes with a bigger lineup with Julie Spinelli, Jenna Muha, Sophie Nichols up front, Ayla Heilman in the backcourt with Mandy Roman. Charleston in the white wins the tip, and Paris Stokes contributes into the front court. Here for Charleston, this is Bridget Womber handing off to Mietrich. She'll share the ball handling duties with Stokes. Jordan Scully, the freshman sharpshooter, guarded tightly by Nichols. Bubby Johnson's team moving the ball quickly, and you heard from Jenna Eckelberry say they're going to have to keep this Charleston team off the offensive glass, one of the best rebounding teams in the league, and there you have it, one and done as Jenna Muha secures the rebound for Frostburg State. Mandy Roman, a big part of that win over West Virginia Wesleyan in the quarterfinals, gets the ball here in the corner. Did a tremendous job defending all Mountain East Conference point guard Sydney Baird from the Bobcats. We'll see what she's got offensively here for Frostburg State. Nichols, the hot hand in the quarterfinals, late in the shot clock, freed up by the screen from Muha, can't hit. Rebound deflected out of play, and it'll stay here with Frostburg State. The rebounding battle, something to watch, Meg. This Charleston team on average +9 in the rebounding margin. That's the best in the Mountain East Conference. They're 18-7 when they win the rebounding battle.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to contend with. Got to make that a point of contention, which I'm sure Frostburg State will. They're so tough on the offensive glass. If you're going to get good defensive positions, you have to finish your defense and secure that first opportunity.
It's Womber inside, back to Stokes. One of the best downhill drivers in the league, but she's a threat from the outside as well. Mietrich, a Marshall transfer, probing her way in, 15-footer. No good, but an offensive rebound there for Womber, and the first foul of this game called on the floor. And you can already see how heavily this Charleston team attacks the offensive glass. Womber averages over 8 rebounds per game, got tied up there with Ayla Heilman.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, Heilman just trying to do anything to get position, but Womber is such an effective offensive rebounder. And you're going to see right early and often Jordan Scully hitting from deep.
Scully with 14 made threes in the last 4 games for Charleston. The primary outside marksman for Bubby Johnson. That shot from Muha, rebounded by Mietrich. And it's Charleston controlling the pace early. Stutter step from Stokes, off balance shot, no. But again, Womber earns a second chance here for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, it's kind of like defense when you have 6'8" or 6'6" behind you. Go for a steal because you trust what's behind you. Offensively is great take there from Cindy Mietrich, but you're a little bit more confident in taking shots when you know you have offensive rebounders inside to save possessions for you or gain you another one.
And now a 3-on-2 for Charleston. Mietrich, grab and go, dish to Womber, lays it in, and Jenna Eckelberry needs a timeout. 7:40 to play here in this first quarter, and Charleston has jumped out to a 7-0 advantage. The Golden Eagles soaring out of the gates at West Banco Arena in Wheeling.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Attention Mountaineer Challenge Academy graduates. Specialized free training programs are available to you. Career and technical education leading to industry-recognized certification and job placement in welding, building construction, medical assistant, and heavy equipment operating. Our career-focused and resume-building tracks are designed to allow you to dictate your own success. We'll give you professional guidance and interview and resume-building skills to help you get to the next level. Learn more at wvjobchallengeprogram.org. Another challenge for a better future.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere, but the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
Regional State Farm Insurance agents are proud to support the 2026 Mountain East Conference Tournament. Call one of the MAC's sponsoring agents today. Mark Zeck in Grafton, Chad Broadwater in Wheeling, Carrie Antelock in Fairmont, Rob Johnson in Clarksburg, and Jody Perrick in Elkins. First called timeout of the game comes early from Frostburg State's Jenna Eckelberry. Charleston out to a 7-0 run less than 3 minutes into this game, and it is the Bobcats with the basketball out of the break. Mandy Roman had 6 assists the last time out against West Virginia Wesleyan, gets it to her leading scorer, Julie Spinelli, and now Sophie Nichols on the attack, turned away as Spinelli slices down the lane, scoops it in with the left hand. Spinelli really struggled to start against West Virginia Wesleyan, scored all 17 of her points in the second half, and nearly comes up with a steal, but it falls to Stokes for Charleston. Transition 3, Scully, another open look, and she rattles it in.
Huge 3 there from Scully to answer Frostburg State out of that timeout. 41% from 3, but
Spinelli couldn't answer, chases her own rebound, but Stokes comes up with it.
yeah, oftentimes you'll see teams, if there's a big 3, they try to respond right away. You just have to stay patient and play your game.
Natalie Smith couldn't hit the step-back triple. Now a whistle and a foul as Womber went after the rebound. And a little bit slow to get up. She was knocked over by Ayla Heilman, who's picked up her second personal foul for Frostburg and heads to the bench.
Yeah, and that's an awkward area. You're not boxing out underneath the hoop looking for a rebound. You're both going for a loose ball. And Heilman just collides with Womber.
And Womber still favoring that right knee a little bit as Lakin Flynn's come in for Frostburg to replace Heilman, and now Livia O'Day will check in for Charleston, give Womber a breather. Already moving better over towards the bench than she was when she first popped back up, but gonna give her a chance to loosen that back up, and Bubby Johnson goes to the bench for the first time. So baseline inbound for Metrick. And Stokes working against Roman. Mentioned before, she shut down one of the best point guards in the league in Sydney Baird in that quarterfinal win. What does she have for Stokes? I'll tell you what Stokes has. It's a nifty move to the basket. Just stop, start, and go.
I mean, I have no idea how she got through those 2 defenders. You're not going to help off of Scully because she's a shooter. She understood that, got right to the basket.
Nichols trying to force the issue. Bumped by Scully. And we'll get the first foul called against Charleston in this opening quarter. The 12-2 start for the Golden Eagles. They've hit 5 of their first 9 shots, including 4 of their last 5. Roman to trigger for the Bobcats. To Flynn, Jenna Muha cutting into the lane. They hadn't got her a touch yet, and she's not able to squeeze that one. Metrick comes up with it for Charleston. Stokes, stutter step, left elbow jumper, yes.
Great ball fake. Great little mid-range jumper there from Stokes, showing how she can score at all 3 levels.
Mentioned before, she can hit it from outside, but more prefers to get downhill. We've seen why these last 2 trips, and Frostburg State all out of sorts. Roman sails it over Muha's head and out of play. Another look at the last bucket from Paris Stokes.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just as simple as a ball fake. You don't have to overcomplicate things. Paris Stokes understood that, gets that defense shifting, and it's an easy mid-range.
Kennedy McLean in for Charleston, replaces Natalie Smith. Bubby Johnson has had to figure some things out with his front court really in the last week and a half or so. Harper Anarino, the number 2 rebounder in the Mountain East Conference, out these last 3 games, and she is not dressed again today. Nearly a second chance again for Charleston, but Nichols grabs it on the run. And we'll see if Frostburg State can try to settle in here in the half court. Spinelli trying to provide the spark, missed everything.
Yeah, I don't love that shot. You get the 50-50 ball down on the other end. Wasn't even really a true rebound. You got to have a little bit more patience on the offensive end. I don't like Frostburg State's spacing right now on the offensive side. I think they're just too cluttered, allowing Charleston to really dictate what they do offensively.
O'Day with a touch. Metrick had it batted by Roman, and she'll retrieve it in the backcourt. We've hit the halfway point of this first quarter. Stokes is going to try it from behind the arc. Muha not able to pull it down, kept alive by Metrick, and you can see why this Charleston team is such a great offensive rebounding team. They just send 3 or 4 to the glass every time and dare you to try to be more physical than them. And now another turnover. Flynn switched her pivot foot.
Yeah, they really do. They're very effective on the offensive glass. Everyone's going, as you mentioned. Defensively, you're very used to kind of leaking out, securing a rebound and leaking out. You've got to turn and box. All the guards will hit. No one's leaking out. You've got to turn and secure these rebounds.
Metrick for Scully, who's hit a couple from behind the line. Here's Stokes to try it again. Offensive rebound again, Metrick, and she's fouled going back up.
Yeah, and there it is. Metrick's on that left wing, flies in, no one around her, no one even attempting to box her out. You've got to stay with your girl. You've got to position yourself to box out. It might not be you that secures the rebound, but you're doing your part by not allowing another offensive player to get in there and get in the mix like Metrick just did.
Seni Metrick from Banja Luka in Bosnia and Herzegovina in her 5th season of college basketball. Misses the first. Began with 2 years at Marshall, now her 3rd year at Charleston. Does a little bit of everything for this team. About 10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. And one of the emotional hearts of this team, provides a lot of energy. And when Charleston gets going on a run, you can often see it borne out on the face of Seni Metrick as she heads to the bench for the first time. Zaria Gaskins into the game for Frostburg State to run the point. The freshman from Woodbridge, Virginia. Another reserve that Jenna Eckleberry looks to try to find some kind of offensive spark here in the opening quarter. This is Flynn probing inside, dished for Muha, who couldn't finish over McLean.
And that's a good look that Muha is going to get. Got to go up strong. Don't think about the footsteps. Don't think about what's behind you. But that was the best offensive set that Frostburg State's been able to run.
Nevaeh Brooks is checked in for Charleston. She gets it out high. We'll try this one from deep. And Spinelli clears the rebound. Gaskins can push the pace here for Frostburg. Spinelli has the only 2 points so far. And she gets it on the give and go with Lakin Flynn. Now she's got all 4.
Nice job of Spinelli, as you mentioned, giving it up. Keep moving, constantly keep moving. Keep that defense on their toes. She catches them out of balance, out of place, and able to go for an easy 2.
Frostburg State switched to a zone defense here in the half court. Charleston trying to attack through the high post. Extra pass for Scully. Works the baseline, deflected by Muha. Maintains possession, used up the dribble. Now O'Day with a mid-range chance. McLean kept the rebound alive, but Flynn is there to secure it. Potential here for Frostburg State to build some momentum after the slow start. Muha running in transition, lays it in with the left.
And it's that simple. You secure a rebound, you can get out in transition, you can set up your offense, you can have numbers, and generally in a 2-3, you're not going to rebound too well, but I think I like it for Frostburg State because they're packing the paint.
And they double team O'Day, tied up by Muha, and Frostburg State's got the arrow, and I've got to say, Meg, always appreciate a guard that's willing to reward the big for running the floor.
You got to. I absolutely love it. Just a nice little toss. Give her that. Give her her flowers as she's coming down, right?
Jenna Muha has stepped her game up here in the Mountain East Conference Tournament, averaging about 13 points, 8.5 rebounds on the season. She's up to 16.5 points per game in 2 games so far here in Wheeling. She checks out for the first time, replaced by Ellis Sabados, who looks inside to Flynn, spinning through the double team, couldn't get it to go, but a whistle will send her to the free throw line for 2.
Nice job of Flynn just being very strong with that basketball. Walmer coming in, looking to double team her, looking to really trap her, get her off balance, force a turnover, but really nice job of Flynn of staying strong and drawing that foul, getting to the free throw line.
And Frostburg State still looking for that spark offensively. The defense has started to turn for Jenna Eckleberry's teams here as Flynn sinks the first. Charleston has now missed its last 5 shots from the field and hasn't scored in more than 2 minutes, as the Bobcats have been able to chip away after settling down. Back within 7 as Flynn makes both. Metrick's check back in for Charleston. that last foul on Womber, who it's good to see back on the floor after taking that knock on the knee earlier. Open look for Brooks. Offensive rebound again. Womber with the stick back. Frostburg State had started to tighten up on the glass a little bit, but Bridget Womber right back in off the bench to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, she really just has a great knack for placement and where the ball's coming off and where to be.
And a punishing screen from Sabados caught Stokes up high, and it'll be a foul against Frostburg State. Stokes holding her nose as she goes down. We'll get another look at this one. Trying to free up Gaskins, and it didn't even look like the screen caught her. It looked like Gaskins brought her left arm back and hit Stokes. So we'll get a look at this one potentially for an upgrade to a flagrant foul, as Gaskins trying to turn the corner there on the pick and roll with Sabados. Had the ball on her right, brought the left back, and Stokes wore that one right up under the nose. So we do have the replay review available here for the conference tournament, and we have seen the officials make the most of it. And again, it's that left elbow. She brings the arm through to try to turn the corner, and it catches Stokes as she goes by.
You know, and to me, because she extended that arm first, like she was going to wrap around Stokes, and then the elbow comes, I think I'm leaning a little bit more towards an upgrade. It did look a little bit more from this angle right here. You see she's wrapping that left arm around first, then kind of follows with the elbow. Not to say it was intentionally done, but I think there was a little bit of, I know what I'm doing to get around
the shoulders.
With this. Exactly. I thought the elbow was a little high, to be honest with you. I think her arm, the left arm didn't need to be that high to go off of a screen.
And
doesn't need to happen.
You see there, the hand on the back of the shoulder is going to be a common foul anyway.
Right.
And then it's the elbow that you might see the upgrade.
I think that the second initiation of contact with the elbow is where I would agree with it.
So our first review in this game, Charleston out to the advantage early. Frostburg State had a 6-0 run, snapped by that last bucket from Womber. And one of the things that I'm sure doesn't thrill Jenna Eckleberry is, one, you've got a possibility of a flagrant foul here, but two, this is the kind of stoppage that can stop a run in its tracks because your momentum stops. This is effectively a free timeout for both teams. Bubby Johnson can get his team together, say, this is what I'm seeing, this is what we need to tweak, this is what they've started doing. This really is how we need to attack this zone, because that's what's helped Frostburg State start to tighten up on defense. Yeah,
absolutely. It's really a momentum shift, especially when the whole replay is about a player on your team, so you're kind of waiting, okay, are we going to cheer after this, or are we going to be mad and upset? It's really about how you respond mentally.
So it is going to remain a common foul.
Offensive foul number 5, red.
So a common foul against Zaria Gaskins. That'll be her first, but it will be Charleston basketball.
Yeah, and I think that one, honestly, it could have gone either way. Like I said, I didn't think there was much intent with it. I think that Gaskins is a smaller guard than Stokes, so that could have been it. That was a tough one.
Noelle Polanco's come in for Charleston as they've sized up to try to attack this zone. It's Brooks on the attack. Little teardrop wouldn't fall, but again, there's Polanco right off the bench with an offensive rebound. She couldn't stick it back. Gaskins, a starter most of the season for Frostburg State, coming off the bench in this tournament after Jenna Eckleberry turned to Sophie Nichols. That's a move that has paid off for the Bobcats as Sabados works inside, out for Flynn. Three-pointer on the way, and she got it. Blake and Flynn averages 5. She's got 5 in the first quarter, and don't look now, but Frostburg State's back within 6.
Coming into this tournament, Lakeland Flynn has only taken 17 threes, so inside, just too easy. Too easy. If you're going to front, you need to have help in the back, but you certainly can't stand behind Womber.
Polanco, a skilled big at 5'11", attacking there out of the high post with a nice feed inside as we go under a minute to play here in this first quarter. Flynn with the spark off the bench for Frostburg State. Can Nichols add to it? No, it's an air ball.
But Flynn stepping up and hitting that 3 is huge, because right now Charleston is dictating Spinelli, Nichols, everything that they do, they're making shots very difficult. You saw 2 air balls from each of them, so they're forcing some shots. They're trying to shoot quickly, and that's due to Charleston's defense taking that away.
Golden Eagles attacking as Frostburg State goes back man-to-man. Scully has hit a couple shots. Brooks, extra pass, Metrick. What an arc on that shot, and it's nothing but net.
I was going to say, she gives it time to go in. I love it. Love the rotation. There's time for it to drop down, and it goes in.
That's the kind of backspin that any shooting coach would be proud of.
Exactly.
Shot clock turned off here for Frostburg State. Gaskins working on her fellow freshman, Brooks, and they blow up the handoff. Spinelli couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, handoffs are tough. If you don't have the right spacing, if it's not placed in the exact area, that went right off of Spinelli's knee.
So Charleston with 4 seconds will have a chance here to push this lead further. Brooks into the lane, spins at the horn, got it to go. Nevaeh Brooks, the freshman, with a couple of nifty moves to get into the paint, and the follow-away jumper drops. It's all Charleston in this opening quarter. The Golden Eagles lead Frostburg State by 13. This is the Mountain East Conference Championships.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
Everybody come clap your hands. Or don't you know when you dance, you've got to smile or you can't cry. Try it a while.
Farmers, have you heard about the West Virginia Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program? If you are selling fresh fruits and vegetables in the months of June through October, you sell your produce in the state of West Virginia, and you grow at least 25% of what you sell, you are eligible to take the vouchers. You can find the application online at agriculture.wv.gov or get one by calling 304-558-2210. This is taxable income, and you will need internet to redeem the vouchers. The deadline to apply is April 15th.
Across West Virginia, hospitals are always here, healing, helping, and standing strong for our communities. Hospitals save lives and build livelihoods. They're among our largest employers, with a passionate workforce of 54,000 West Virginians. Hospitals are economic drivers, contributing close to $17 billion to our state's economy and working to ensure access to care for all. From life-saving moments to wellness support, West Virginia hospitals keep our state healthy, our families strong, and our future bright.
Charleston leads Frostburg State by 13 to start the second quarter, and it's 13 because of that bucket to beat the buzzer from Nevaeh Brooks, the freshman from Clarksville, Tennessee. Meg Bolger, in a conference tournament semifinal, the freshman not necessarily showing her youth on that possession.
Yeah, I always thought around January, February time, you become a sophomore.
Right.
We don't get to call you a freshman anymore, especially with plays like that. You actually know that's when you want to say, see, and I'm just a freshman. Look what I do.
We talked about how important the rebounding margin was going to be in this game. Charleston, after a quarter, is +5. They've got 6 offensive rebounds and have attempted 10 more shots than Frostburg State. I don't think it's underselling it at all to say the second chances have been the difference for Charleston in this game. They're up by 13. They've gotten 10 points off those second opportunities.
Yeah, 100%. They're just very efficient right now. Turnovers, second chance points in the half-court sets, everything going right, shooting the ball well, and they're controlling Spinelli, Nichols, all of the looks that they're getting to the basket as well.
Well, Polanco not able to hit on the first possession for Charleston. Mandy Roman running the show for Frostburg State. They go inside for Jenna Muha, one-on-one, fakes right, goes left, and lays it in.
Like that play there from Muha going inside, one-on-one. Gotta find a way to get some paint points as well. It's 10-0 right now. You've got to open out the outside, and there's no better way than to establish a paint presence to get those three-point shooters open.
Polanco gonna try the three. Off back iron, and Spinelli has the rebound for Frostburg State. Roman looking to push the pace. Lakin
that's what Frostburg State needs to do. I'm sorry. Force some long shots. You need long rebounds. You cannot have short, high-percentage shots where they can just go up, grab. You're not going to out-jump. You're not going to out-athleticize anyone on Charleston. So you need to create those long rebounds and get out in your offense.
Foul called on the rebound will bring some substitutes in for Charleston as Bubby Johnson goes back with his starting front court of Natalie Smith and Bridget Womber. Roman in for Spinelli, looking to get going. The number 3 scorer in the MEC puts it off the glass, wouldn't fall, but a foul called against Charleston's Bridget Womber, and that's going to be her second personal. So an already thin Charleston front court is going to see one of its starters pick up her second personal here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's big, and that's why you don't stand around shooting threes when you're down by 11. Love that Spinelli turns the corner, tucks that ball in to protect it, where if you reach in, the only thing you're getting is a foul.
Julie Spinelli misses the first. One of the Iron Women of the Mountain East Conference has played at least 30 minutes in 29 of the 30 games so far. She's played the full 47 times. As somebody that played for Mike Carey, I'd imagine you know a little something about conditioning, and Julie Spinelli certainly got it.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about it. You're on the treadmill if you make a mistake, so you were ready.
Paris Stokes couldn't hit from 3. The defense holding strong here for Frostburg State to start the second. Backdoor cut, Spinelli in on Womber. This is an important call, and it's a blocking foul against Bridget Womber. That's her third.
That's absolutely huge. Tough take in there from Spinelli. She takes off early, and I think that caught Womber off guard and got her out of position. But that's huge to send Womber to the bench. My goodness.
So Olivia O'Day back in. Charleston going to be forced to play small O'Day at 5'8" up front with the 6-foot Smith. Spinelli sinks the first. Like I said before, Harper Anarino, the 5'11" sophomore, is the number 2 rebounder in the league. She hasn't played since the second to last regular season game for Charleston. That was against Glenville State on February the 25th.
You see Frostburg State's bench starting to get in. These are those opportunities and moments in the game that you think of when you have to capitalize on it. With Womber on the bench, you better secure these rebounds if you want to chip away at this lead.
Smith, a nice find for O'Day. Had it rejected by Muha. Sabados got a hand on it. It goes out of bounds to stay with Charleston.
Yeah, Muha just saved that possession for Frostburg State, coming from behind, all ball. Great block there from Frostburg State, because that was an absolute pistol of a pass there from Natalie Smith cross court.
Smith, a product of Nitro High School. The 6-foot forward spent a lot of time with the ball in her hands, played some point forward for head coach Pat Jones during her high school career. It's Stokes with 2 to shoot, forces it up, and Paris Stokes with another tough bucket gets the momentum back headed towards Charleston.
That's so you get the ball in their hands. You got Womber on the bench. You feel that momentum of Frostburg State shifting. That's exactly what great players do.
Muha isolated inside, beautifully ducks in and scores it.
Yeah, great footwork, great touch off the glass, use of the backboard. Love that from a post.
Stokes down the baseline, deflected, falls to O'Day, and Livia O'Day, who does a lot of the dirty work for this Charleston team, going to be forced to play big minutes here in the first half. She contributes right there.
Yeah, that's one of those right place, right time.
Flynn had 5 in the first quarter, has it knocked away. Brooks tips it out of bounds. Hustle play there from Charleston's freshman Nevaeh Brooks, but it's going to stay with Frostburg State. We talk about the rebounding, but this Charleston team also does such a good job making this Frostburg State offense just uncomfortable. They're second in the MEC in team defense and first in the league in opponent field goal percentage. It is not going to be an easy day at the office anytime that you play these Golden Eagles.
No, you don't see any openings. There's no real open lanes. They're pushing them off of that three-point line. And that's what I talked about earlier with Frostburg State. You got to have some spacing. Get them out, space out. Then you can make some good passes. Like right there, there's 4 Frostburg State players on the left side. All right, that's fine. Hey, Mandy Roman, prove me wrong. Hit that open jumper. But you've got to constantly move and create some space.
Muha drew the double, and Roman the beneficiary. Now Muha falls down on the backside of the play. A three from Metrick, and it goes. Seni Metrick, 48th three-pointer of the season. She's got 2 today. Roman stepping through, scores it over Stokes.
Nice take in transition there. Great response from Roman.
We got a foul called underneath. And it's going to go against Jenna Muha. Kennedy McLean back in for Charleston. They've gone bigger here. The 6'2" transfer from North Greenville went straight down the floor and sealed Muha. She fouled her trying to get back around.
Yeah, that was brewing the last 2 possessions. I was watching down underneath between Muha and McLean. You figured something was going to give at some point.
Quick inbound Stokes, quick jumper off back iron. Roman, nobody picked her up, stutter step in the lane, couldn't get it to go, follows her shot, that won't fall either. Muha had it for a moment, twisting, triple teamed, somehow finds Spinelli, and she connects. I have no idea how Jenna Muha, 1, saw Julie Spinelli, and 2, got her the basketball, but it's a huge shot for Frostburg State. It's back to a 6-point deficit.
Is it an underhanded toss?
She bowled it out, I swear. And now we've got a foul called on the rebound. Smith couldn't hit the mid-range jumper. The energy starting to build on that Frostburg State sideline. I mean, Muha just fighting to maintain possession and blindly flips it underhanded below her waist, and Spinelli, Johnny on the spot, buries it.
Yeah, I mean, walked a tightrope not to step out of bounds.
They'll run the pick and roll with Spinelli and Muha. She draws the double team. Now Muha doubled, puts it up, and takes a hack on the arm from Kennedy McLean. Muha working hard these last couple times down the floor. Will get a chance at the charity stripe.
Yeah, really nice job. Stokes tries to dig in a little bit, gets it back, just that little hesitation. You're able to get McLean off balance and draw that foul. Great job from Muha on both ends of the floor.
Jenna Muha from Central City, Pennsylvania, clocking in with a population just under 1,000 at the 2020 census. Sinks her first. Played at Shade High School. How about this for a multi-sport athlete? 12 varsity letters, all-state in basketball, volleyball, and softball for Jenna Muha at Shade High. And she's got Frostburg State back within 4.
That's what that was. That was a softball underhand pitch.
That's a
out
great
to
point.
Spinelli. That's exactly what that was.
And that's why coaches say they want you to play multiple sports, kids.
Exactly right.
Natalie Smith, an open look. Rebound Flynn. Frostburg's got the momentum. They've got the numbers, but Stokes blows up the fast break. Frostburg State's gone big for most of this second quarter. You've got Muha out there with Spinelli as well as Ella Sabados. So you've got Spinelli 5'11", Sabados 6 foot, and Muha 6'1". And Roman and Flynn, neither one are small guards. So trying to find a way to attack this Charleston defense. Looking on the back door, Scully came up with the deflection, still loose. Now a tie up in the arrows with Frostburg State. Frostburg State climbing back into this one. The Bobcats have the momentum at West Banco Arena in Wheeling.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan. We are here for you.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
Back inside West Banco Arena in Wheeling, Charleston with a 4-point advantage over Frostburg State in the Mountain East Conference Women's Basketball Tournament semifinals. Semifinal, one of the sparks for Charleston here in the first half, Meg.
Yeah, 6 points early. She's found her spot on that left wing. High arcing, rotating basketball, nothing but net each time she shoots it.
Metrick with 9 in the early going has hit 2 of Charleston's 4 3-pointers. We talked about it earlier, how important the rebounding battle was going to be in this game. It was Charleston dominating the glass in the first quarter. Now in the second, in less than 6 minutes, Frostburg State has jumped ahead on the boards, and Lakin Flynn beats the shot clock to make this a one-possession game.
Yeah, they've really flipped things, and I mentioned that when Womber went out. I said, this is one of those shifts in the game that you've got to capitalize, and so far Frostburg State has.
Stokes open for 3, won't go. McLean nearly had it ripped away by Muha, and the official on the near side says it's Charleston basketball.
I mean, there's just no such thing as an easy board against Charleston. You're gonna battle against 2 girls or one-on-one each time.
Scully off the nose of the rim, but another offensive rebound for Charleston. It's Smith to Stokes. Metrick's the hot hand, and it misses everything. Sabados in traffic, able to maintain it for Frostburg State. Over the top for Flynn. Muha running the floor, again lays it in, and we're tied.
That's beautiful transition basketball. Love the pass ahead in transition, and sometimes you gonna get a travel, another turnover here for Frostburg State. Sometimes you want to really float it in and lead your player to the basket. Great recognition right there. That ball needed to get there. Lakin Flynn knew, I need to secure this pass here. Threw a dart inside to Muha, and she goes and finishes.
It's an 11-0 run for Frostburg State. They've trailed by as much as 13 in this first half. Charleston hasn't scored in almost 3 minutes. Spinelli through a double team, tied up by Metrick, and Charleston has the arrow. And those are the kind of small plays that Senni Metrick makes for this Charleston team. Obviously, she scored 9 points here in the first half, averages about 10 for Bubby Johnson, but the scrappy things that she does that don't go up on a score sheet are really what makes her so valuable.
No, absolutely. And this time of year, those are the type of players that usually shine, because you're doing all the dirty work, you're doing all the role player stuff, and it's nice to get rewarded every once in a while again.
Scully couldn't hit. Frostburg State, another chance to take its first lead of the game here as we close in on halftime. Inside for Muha. One-on-one against Smith. The veteran with the left. Won't go, and the freshman rebounds. Metrick trying to push the pace. Off for Smith. She'll hoist a 3. And Roman flies in for Frostburg State. Both teams slowing down a bit offensively here out of the last timeout. Charleston's scoring drought has nearly reached 4 minutes. Roman creates some space against Stokes, down to 10 on the shot clock. And Spinelli shuffled her feet as she went to attack. Nevaeh Brooks gave Charleston a little something off the bench in that first quarter. We'll see what she's got for Bubby Johnson here as she replaces Metrick. One thing about Bubby Johnson, he's not been afraid to mix and match so far in this first half of play. We've already seen 9 different players on the floor for Charleston, and seemingly they've all had contributions, and notably Bridget Womber is now back in the game with 3 personal fouls.
And that's a lot of trust in a player when you can put them back in 2 minutes, and for how active she is underneath.
Smith finds Brooks. Defender fell down, but she couldn't connect.
And on the other side of that, Frostburg State has to recognize immediately that she's back in the game.
They go right into Muha, this time against Smith, forces it up, no, rebound Womber. Charleston led by 13 at the end of the first quarter. It's been all Frostburg State here in the second. Stokes off balance, trying to draw the foul, didn't get a whistle, and she's down behind the play. It's 5-on-4 for Frostburg State. Stokes able to recover. Now Jenna Eckelberry on a crucial possession with 90 seconds to play in the half. Barks out the set. They go in for Spinelli with a mismatch. Sean Scully scoops it in with the left hand, and Frostburg State has its first lead of the game after trailing by 13. Brooks trying to answer. Out for Stokes. Poked loose by Roman. And it'll stay with Charleston.
And I love that play inside to Spinelli. Scully's been doing a really nice job of forcing Spinelli off of that three-point line as we get a look at it here. I love that. Let her use her size. Let her use her athleticism inside to work against a smaller guard, because Scully's pushing her off that three-point line. There's no opportunities there, so get in the paint.
They run Scully off a screen. She has it knocked loose again. Quick hands from Mandy Roman. And you love a player like Spinelli that's so versatile, and a couple of times she's scored it with her offhand. 5'11", you can play outside, play inside, put it on the floor, score right, score left. That's just so hard to stop.
It's a great guard, creates such mismatches against teams. Do I put a post on her? Do I put a guard on her? And, you know, Bubby Johnson's going to try a bunch of different things, but so far she's responding well.
Got a foul here called against Lakin Flynn. Was trying to get around the screen from Womber and just bowled her over. Charleston not in the bonus yet. We're closing in on a minute to play here in the first half. Fresh 20 on the shot clock. Mietrich into the lane, off balance, but she still scores it.
Showing her versatility. Really nice touch in that mid-range.
Mietrich averages 10. She's got 11 here in the first half for Charleston. Chance for Frostburg State to go 2 for 1 if they go quickly. We'll get a hold called underneath, and the Bobcats are in the bonus. Flynn took O'Day down into the post where she had a size advantage, and Lakin Flynn is going to get a couple of free throws as O'Day got a little bit too handsy.
Yeah, I like the Frostburg State making that adjustment to really look inside to the paint. Our threes are not there. We don't even really have openings right there. We need to start spreading that out, get it inside. That outside will then start to open, but they certainly want to force it in, draw some fouls, and get to the free throw line.
Flynn sinks the first. The sophomore from Pittsburgh has seen her role grow significantly in her second season under Jenna Eckelberry, and she makes it a 2-point advantage. Mietrich to Scully, an open look, and she gets that to go. Big shot from Jordan Scully, her third three-pointer. She's done that now 10 times on the season, the first 9. Charleston is 7-2 in those games. So when Jordan Scully gets going, good things tend to happen for the Golden Eagles. Shot clock dark for Mandy Roman on what's shaping up to be the final possession of this first half. The freshman, Sabados. Roman with 3. Spinelli from way outside. No good. Sabados can't get it up before the buzzer. And we will go into the half with Charleston ahead by 1. The Golden Eagles dominated the first quarter. The Frostburg State Bobcats dominated the second quarter. And we've got a 1-point game after 20 minutes of play. Meg, this has been a lot of fun.
Gotta love it. Frostburg, the fighting them to come back. You got to see what's happened in the second half, make the adjustments.
So a 1-point advantage for Frostburg State as they outscore Charleston 24-12 in that second quarter. I should say the advantage is for the Golden Eagles through that first half. Talked about the rebounding battle, and Frostburg State is doing what it needs to on the glass, out-rebounding Charleston 18-14 here at halftime. Before we have a quick word with Charleston's Bubby Johnson, the officials have gone to the replay monitor. Ella Sabados got a shot up right before the buzzer. but that didn't go, so would have to be going back a couple of possessions to look at something before we go to the half here. Looking at the first half numbers, Spinelli has come alive, particularly in the second quarter for Frostburg State. She's got 12. Senny Mietrich's been the spark for Charleston with 11. Meg, it really was a tale of two quarters in the first half for these two teams.
Yeah, it was really all about adjustments defensively. I think Womber getting that foul trouble and headed to the bench was difficult, but I believe they're looking at prior possessions when Flynn came out of a timeout. Flynn goes inside.
Yeah, they've gone back over 4 minutes of game time to look at this shot from Lakin Flynn that was counted in the moment, beating the shot clock. So they're going to wave that basket off from the 4:41 mark of the first half. 2 points off the board for Frostburg State. So it's a 3-point game at the half, 36-33. That may be the furthest back I've seen an officiating crew go back for a review, but they got it right.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I appreciate going back and looking if you're going to get it right.
And now we are going to be joined by Charleston's Bubby Johnson after the delay. Before we send Coach back to the locker room, Coach, a 3-point lead at the half, really a tale of two quarters. What do you guys need to get back to secure a win here in the semis?
Defense and hustle. We're letting them get transition offense, and it's not even from their shooters. We're just getting outran by their post players. We're not playing team defense like we were in the first quarter. There's no gaps. We're just not playing hard. We got to play harder like we did in the first quarter.
Coach, thanks. Good luck in the second half.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Charleston head coach Bubby Johnson, his team leads by 3 at halftime in the semifinals of the Mountain East Conference Women's Basketball Tournament over Frostburg State. It's 36-33. This is the Mountain East Conference Championships from Wheeling.
The best thing about West Virginia is hope.
The commitment we're making is $2.2 billion in the state of West Virginia.
It's creating opportunities for the next generation to have career-sustaining jobs.
We're creating career paths and jobs.
Everybody's talking about it. HOGAS is doing it.
This gives opportunities for underprivileged communities to have new jobs, to have new opportunities, and it just gives people hope.
Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere, but the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. With a generous serving of historic sites, foodie eccentricities, and brewery diversions, the happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Back inside West Banco Arena in Wheeling, our halftime score, third-seeded Charleston 36, seventh-seeded Frostburg State 33. Today's halftime report is presented by McKinley Architecture and Engineering. Experience, innovation delivered. A 3-point advantage at halftime for Charleston. Daniel Woods here, Meg Bolger there. And Meg, it was a tale of two quarters is what we've termed it here so far. Charleston dominates the first, Frostburg State with the comeback in the second. It's anybody's game here at halftime.
No, absolutely. I think Frostburg State did a really nice job of making some adjustments. Charleston came out lighting it up from three. Wombers got in some foul trouble, so Frostburg State was able to capitalize. Then, in turn, come down. They're winning the paint battle 18-16 right now. They stopped shooting those threes. They're 2 of 7 from three. So nice adjustments, I think, from both teams. So it'll be an exciting second half.
As it stands right now, the rebounding margin we've put so much of a focus on is going Frostburg State's way. That bodes well for the Bobcats as they try to come back.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of that, Charleston, was shooting 5 of 19 from three. So they started to force them into shooting long shots. That way, you heard Coach say, they're out in transition. They're getting those rebounds that aren't underneath the basket. So that benefits Frostburg to keep the paint completely blocked, force them out from the three, get those long rebounds, and get out in transition.
20 minutes of basketball left to decide who will play Glenville State for a conference championship. It's Charleston ahead of Frostburg State by 3 from West Banco Arena in Wheeling.
Struggling with high school? The Mountaineer Challenge Academy in Kingwood and Montgomery provides the structure to help you succeed. You can earn your high school diploma in 22 weeks. Call us today or visit wvchallenge.org.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
My name's Katie, and I'm a sophomore at Virginia Tech. I'm studying to be a lawyer, which means I'll be in school for 6 more years, and college isn't cheap. But my parents opened a Smart 529 savings account when I was 6 months old, and having that savings has given me the opportunity to focus on my education.
Smart 529 is West Virginia's education savings solution. Turn your savings into their success. Visit smart529.com. For more information, contact Smart 529 to obtain a program description, which includes investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other information. Read and consider it carefully before investing.
It starts with just one text, but now you're checking your notifications, changing your playlist, and all of a sudden, your mind isn't where it should be. It's tough to avoid. I mean, distractions are everywhere, but the last place they should be is behind the wheel. In fact, driving distracted is not only dangerous, it's illegal. If you're caught with a phone in your hand while driving, you can be pulled over and given a ticket. So keep your eyes on the road, not your phone.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at wvhtf.org.
What's possible when you have the freedom to explore things that inspire you? To be a part of a community that supports and challenges you? Where can you go to find the space and time to reach your goals? Who can you become when you're able to make connections in a place where you belong? Find out what's possible at Frostburg State University.
At the half between Frostburg State and Charleston, the winner of this game will play Glenville State in the conference championship here at the Mountain East Conference Championships. Wondering Koyak got it going from behind the three-point line and powered the Pioneers into the championship round.
Yeah, 52% from three was Glenville State. 18 points from Koyak, 7 of 14 from the floor. Incredible game. Glenville State came out firing.
Coming up on the second half between Charleston and Frostburg State, it's the Mountain East Conference Championships from Wheeling.
Everybody come clap your hands. Or don't you know when you dance, you've got to smile or you can't cry. Try it a while.
Attention Mountaineer Challenge Academy graduates. Specialized free training programs are available to you. Career and technical education leading to industry-recognized certification and job placement in welding, building construction, medical assistant, and heavy equipment operating. Our career-focused and resume-building tracks are designed to allow you to dictate your own success. We'll give you professional guidance and interview and resume-building skills to help you get to the next level. Learn more at wvjobchallengeprogram.org. Another challenge for a better future.
It's a 3-point lead at the half for the University of Charleston against Frostburg State, but Meg, after trailing by 13 points at the end of the first quarter, the Bobcats got it going before halftime.
Yeah, absolutely, and who better to find their way for Frostburg than Julie Spinelli? 12 of her points in that first half. You saw the softball pitch there from Muha outside for her 3, and then got it going inside one-on-one. Great job there from Julie Spinelli to get that offense going.
On the other side for Charleston, the 5th-year senior, Senny Mietrich, not ready for her career to come to a close here in Wheeling quite yet.
No, absolutely not. Shooting deep from 3, 2 of 4 from three-point land, putting it off the bounce, little mid-range jumper. Loving games like this when players can step up, go above their average, and contribute.
And it is a 3-point advantage here at halftime for Charleston against Frostburg State. Today's halftime stats presented by Kalkruth Roofing and Sheet Metal. Leave your roof to us. We've talked about the rebounding margin, how important it would be for both of these teams, 2 of the best on the glass in the MEC. It's +4 for Frostburg State at halftime. They've also got the advantage from the field, shooting 42%. We'll be back with second half action coming up after this. It's the Mountain East Conference Championships presented by the Health Plan at West Banco Arena.
The best thing about West Virginia is hope.
The commitment we're making is $2.2 billion in the state of West Virginia.
It's creating opportunities for the next generation to have career-sustaining jobs.
We're creating career paths and jobs.
Everybody's talking about it. HOGAS is doing it.
This gives opportunities for underprivileged communities to have new jobs, to have new opportunities, and it just gives people hope.
Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
President of Fairmont State University, Dr. Michael Davis. Appreciate you stopping by. What's happening up at Fairmont State these days?
Lots of things.
Ready for the second half between Charleston and Frostburg State. The winner advances to the Mountain East Conference Women's Basketball Championship. to take on top-seeded Glenville State. Both teams with their starters back on the floor. For Charleston, that's Jordan Scully, Senni Mietrich, Paris Stokes, Bridget Womber, and Natalie Smith. Frostburg State with Ayla Heilman, Mandy Roman, Julie Spinelli, Jenna Muha, and Sophie Nichols. I'm Daniel Woods with Meg Bulger alongside. And Meg, we talked about the foul trouble for Charleston's Bridget Womber in that first half. Did not talk about Frostburg State played without one of its starting guards, and Ayla Heilman for most of that first half as well. Going to have to watch both of those situations here after halftime.
Yeah, and Ayla had a huge game the last time Charleston.
I think they were announcing
what they had already.
The replay review that we got going into the half,
right,
which
exactly.
was, again, Lakin Flynn with a bucket that was initially ruled to have beat the shot clock around the 4-minute mark of that first half. The second quarter was later ruled to, on replay review, have come after the shot clock expired. So it is 36-33 our score at the half, after initially it looked to be 36-35. But again, foul trouble, not a huge problem for either team, but Heilman spent most of the first half on the bench with 2. Womber out there with 3 for Charleston.
Yeah, and Heilman had a huge game as Muha starts where she left off, right? Nice, easy one on that left block. Huge game the last time they played, 28 points, 6 of 6 from three-point land. So gotta have her back on the floor.
Certainly somebody near the top of the scouting report for Charleston and Bubby Johnson, as Jordan Scully looks inside to Womber. One-on-one against Muha, can't score it. Mietrich kept the rebound alive. It falls to Natalie Smith, who scores.
Yeah, when you do the right things on the offensive glass, you get gifts like that. Natalie Smith just goes in, picks it up, unwraps it, and gets the 2 points.
Quiet first half for Sophie Nichols, coming off of a career high against West Virginia Wesleyan. It's Heilman drawing 2, and she dishes to Muha, who's got the first 4 in the second half for the Bobcats. Jordan Scully hit 3 first half three-pointers. Paris Stokes, the leading scorer for Charleston, had a great first quarter and a frustrating second. She's 3 for 10 from the field here as we start the second half. Mietrich was the hot hand for Charleston, but this time Muha knocks it away, and Frostburg has a chance to retake the lead.
Much better start here for Frostburg State than they came in the opening quarter.
They go right back to Muha. Why not? She's hit on her way up. That's either Smith or Womber. If it's Bridget Womber, it's her 4th, and it is.
Wow.
Again, Frostburg State hammering the ball inside here to start the second half. A 3rd straight possession with a touch for Jenna Muha. Stokes digging in. Womber really just wrong place, wrong time. 100%. Rotating through with Julie Spinelli, and she's called for her 4th personal foul.
Yeah, you got to be smart in that situation. Let Natalie Smith try to defend that one-on-one. If you give something else up, that's fine. Stokes was coming down to double. You got to just stay with Spinelli and go against your better judgment. I know sometimes as an athlete, it's very difficult to tell yourself not to do that, but you got to play smart because that 2 points doesn't matter in the scheme of you sitting now for this whole quarter.
Muha missed the first, splits the pair as Noelle Polanco's come back in for Charleston. Some big minutes here coming for the 5'11 freshman from Belle Harbor, New York. Stokes for Mietrich. Probing in, Polanco fresh off the bench, a look at 3. And how about that? Noelle Polanco answers for Charleston and pushes the lead back out for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, great find, just wide open after that double team on ball.
Noelle Polanco's 8th three-pointer of the season. And now we'll get a foul called on Jordan Scully, but we talked about the confidence of the freshman in Nevaeh Brooks with her bucket at the end of the first quarter. Polanco going to be called upon in a big way for Charleston here in the second half, and you see the smile on her face going back down the floor. Heilman can't answer for Frostburg State, and it's Smith clearing it for the Golden Eagles. Stokes with a burst of speed off the window, and she'll get another at the line. Paris Stokes held under wraps in the second quarter, but it's so hard to stop her once she gets going downhill. Only 5'6", but that kind of quickness and that kind of body control makes for a heck of a scorer.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how she even got through 2 defenders and still able to get it off the glass perfectly.
So Stokes, an 84% free throw shooter, coming off of 19 points and 10 rebounds in the quarterfinals against Wheeling. completes the old-fashioned three-point play, and suddenly, after Frostburg State had tied it in a hurry, it's a 6-point advantage again for the Golden Eagles. They go in again for Muha, attacking the freshman Smith. Fall-away jumper, no. Rebound, Spinelli forces it back up, but she's stripped. Stokes doesn't have the numbers. Kicks ahead to Scully. She'll attack anyway. Knocked loose by Roman, and now they'll reset with Stokes. Now Natalie Smith, the chance at revenge, but she traveled. Frostburg State has made an effort to go into Muha, attacking that matchup with Smith. A turnover, Mietrich left it short, and now Frostburg State has a chance. 3-on-3 into the front court. Spinelli loses Stokes in on Smith. She couldn't finish it.
Yeah, that's a tough take. I'd have rather seen Spinelli bring that out, slow the pace down just a bit.
I thought for a moment that we were going to see the pace slow down, but it's Stokes charging into the lane and drawing a foul against Mandy Roman. That's going to send her back to the line. And now Kennedy McLean will return for Charleston. Tough take by Stokes, and again, Frostburg State, the first 3 possessions of this third quarter went right into Jenna Muha and got her one-on-one against Natalie Smith. Bubby Johnson looking to change things up on the inside, goes with McLean, who at 6'2" is the biggest player on the floor. First shot from Stokes is good. Two-time all-conference selection, Paris Stokes from Canton, Ohio. This is a balanced offense for Charleston, but Stokes really is the ringleader, and her tempo is what pushes this team up and down the floor. She splits the two, and it's Frostburg State ball. Stokes went for the steal. Roman inside, back for Muha. Spinelli attacking on Polanco, dishes to Muha. We'll get a pass or a foul called on the pass, and it's going to go against Paris Stokes. That's her first.
Yeah, there was something going to happen on that play anyway. Stokes ended up on Muha after some defensive confusion, so whether Spinelli recognized that or not, but get bailed out with the foul.
And the pass fumbled. Mietrich takes it the other way. Doesn't like her numbers and settles it back with Scully. Looking in for McLean, but quick hands from Mandy Roman takes it away. Roman used up the dribble, trying to find Nichols, and Scully didn't get a touch on it. It's out of bounds back to Charleston. Zaria Gaskins back in for Frostburg State. Frustrating possession there for Roman. Just kind of got herself into no man's land, picked up the dribble and didn't have anywhere to go with it.
Yeah, that's what, you always got to be purposeful with your dribble. Be strong with the basketball, advance it with a pass, get some movement, and if you're going to dribble, you better know where you're headed to. But Stokes has done a really nice job of kind of freelancing when she can go and double team.
McLean steps out for Charleston. Polanco, handoff Scully, a deep three, and it doesn't matter. Jordan Scully's 4th triple of the game pushes the lead back to 10 for Charleston. Nichols looking to answer, knocked loose by Polanco. Spinelli maintains the possession. Skip pass, Gaskins, Heilman, baseline, wide open, 2, can't get it to go.
Man, and that's the right take. She's just got to square her shoulders. It was wide open.
It's a 10-0 run for Charleston, but an offensive foul called as McLean cleared Muha out. That's exactly what Bubby Johnson wants her to do, and he's telling her that. Run the floor, get down, seal in the lane, and we'll feed you the basketball, but maybe just a little too aggressive as she stepped in against Muha.
Yeah, you want to create some space, but Muha had already established where she was in her space, and she pretty much like donkey kicks her out of the way, which you can't do.
So Frostburg State looking for a spark, now on a scoring drought of 3 minutes and trailing again by double digits. Ella Sabros and Lakin Flynn have come back in. It's Flynn on the inside, couldn't score over Scully, and another rebound for Charleston.
Yeah, it's just not the right angle on that spin move at all.
Mietrich attacking, bumped by Gaskins. We got a foul called on the floor.
You know, and all these players, that's the importance. If you're going to make a spin move or anything in the paint, the footwork, the awareness of where you are when you turn to go back up with the basketball is so important, as you saw down there and even down here. That's why I appreciate it so much when you see good footwork.
Inbound Stokes, right back to Mietrich. Quick trigger three, missed everything. Spinelli gives to Gaskins. Back to Spinelli. Nobody picks her up in transition. Gaskins on the attack. Muha, mid-range jumper, and it's rebounded again by Mietrich. The lid still on the basket for Frostburg State. They've missed their last 7 from the floor.
Yeah, I think the last few possessions, Charleston has done a really nice job of forcing them into some awkward shots.
Mietrich out for Stokes in rhythm. No good, but another foul called, this time on the rebound. Jenna Muha gonna have some bumps and bruises from going up against Kennedy McLean, but Charleston does have the 10-point advantage here midway through the third quarter. This is the Mountain East Conference Women's Basketball Semifinals from Wheeling.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
No weekend plans? Try some of ours. From unrivaled outdoor adventure you won't find anywhere else in the world, to hometown plates and platters that pair well with the local craft beers. The happiest hours start here. Mountaineer Country. Come, go wild.
Whether you just graduated high school, are finishing up something you started, or starting up something you intend to finish, Concord University in Athens, West Virginia is your next step. At Concord, classes are small, professors are accessible, and programs are built around career opportunities in fields like healthcare, business, education, science, the arts, and public service. It's affordable, it's personal, and it's designed to move you forward. You'll see it in the classroom, you'll see it at homecoming, and you'll definitely see it at graduation. Concord University. Come to learn, go to serve.
Regional State Farm Insurance agents are proud to support the 2026 Mountain East Conference Tournament. Call one of the MEC's sponsoring agents today. Rick Bailey in Fairmont, Lisa Shepard in New Martinsville, Taylor Shepard in Moundsville, Jen Kessling in Buchanan, Tim Moore in Grantsville, and Lori Grissell in Wheeling. The University of Charleston women's basketball team on a 10-0 run over the last 3.5 minutes, forcing Frostburg State into a tough spot defensively. The Bobcats have missed their last 7 shots and have not scored in nearly 4 minutes. Jenna Muha at the free throw line is going to try to put a stop to that here for Frostburg State. Muha, a 78% free throw shooter on the season, sinks that one. Mentioned before her prolific high school career in 3 different sports. She's got records in 2 of them. Shade High School's all-time leader in points, rebounds, and volleyball kills. I can imagine 6'1", that kind of athlete on the inside. Jenna Muha is a pretty good volleyball player.
Yeah, we saw that earlier with that block. She's a tough kid. We've seen that the last few possessions.
And Paris Stokes turned away at the rim by Zaria Gaskins. Call on the floor as it'll stay with Charleston. Frostburg State appealing to the officials, saying that Stokes caught a piece of that ball as it went out. Another look, and that right hand may have followed through. And it looks like Jenna Eckelberry may just ask for an appeal. And now the officials are at the very least going to talk it over. We'll send the teams to the benches, and not quite ready to go to the replay monitor yet. And it looks like they are headed to the scorer's table. And we are going to get another look at it. Charleston with the 8-point advantage on Frostburg State, potentially a pivotal review here in Wheeling.
The best thing about West Virginia is hope.
The commitment we're making is $2.2 billion in the state of West Virginia.
It's creating opportunities for the next generation to have career-sustaining jobs.
We're creating career paths and jobs.
Everybody's talking about it. HOGAS is doing it.
This gives opportunities for underprivileged communities to have new jobs, to have new opportunities, and it just gives people hope.
Learn more at wvisforhope.com.
We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
A successful replay appeal for Frostburg State. The officials on a second look deciding this ball last touched by Charleston's Paris Stokes. So a nice defensive play from Zaria Gaskins going to be rewarded for Frostburg State. They'll have the basketball down by 8. Here still with plenty of time to play in the Mountain East Conference semifinals.
Yeah, that's a prime example. Every single possession matters.
Charleston switching things up defensively has gone to a 2-3 zone. Frostburg State has played big and has dominated the paint for large stretches of this game, and they need to find some offense. Here currently on a drought of more than 4 minutes in terms of scoring from the field. A shot from Lakin Flynn doesn't draw iron, and Noel Polanco rebounds for Charleston. Senni Mietrich, 11 first half points, hasn't scored here after halftime. We'll see if she can get going for the Golden Eagles. Jordan Scully has hit 4 3-pointers, attacking inside the arc. Back to Polanco, who's got a triple of her own, and now she's got 2.
Big 3 early on here in this quarter, and another one, defender in her face, and knocks it down.
The freshman Polanco plays about 6 minutes per game. She's out there for Bridget Womber, who's got 4 fouls, and she has hit 2 huge shots for the Golden Eagles. Inside to Jenna Muha. Back out, extra pass for Lakin Flynn. She answers from behind the arc.
That's a huge answer. Doesn't take a lot of threes either.
Mietrich out for Scully. Can't leave her that wide open. But Frostburg State not harmed. Natalie Smith with the offensive rebound. Scully with a move on Spinelli. Throws up a shot and will go to the free throw line. Jordan Scully proving in this second half she's more than just a three-point shooter, Meg. Yes, that's where her bread is buttered. She's now hit 52 of them on the season, but put a nice move there on Julie Spinelli and is able to draw the foul.
Yeah, Julie Spinelli, and you could hear Jenna Eckelberry screaming down at her, unfortunately, but closes out way too far. She's very long. You don't need to close out body to body. You're long, arms distance away. Just get a hand for the shot. Be ready. You're quick enough for that drive, and just gets completely out of place when she had help with Muha behind her.
Scully 2 for 2 at the line. The freshman leading Charleston now with 14 points. Averages 9.5 on the season, and the lead is back to double digits. Gaskins running the point with Mandy Roman on the bench. Jenna Eckelberry wanted a foul there against Mietrich. It's Spinelli probing in, steps through, can't finish. Rebound tipped down, grabbed by Polanco. Showing off her skills, she'll grab and go. and now settle it back with Mietrich after they didn't have the numbers. Charleston dominated the first quarter, led by 3 at the half. Smith with a shot fake off the bounce, and how about that? Natalie Smith with some guard skills, the 6-foot freshman. Heilman pick and roll with Spinelli. Backing in on the smaller defender, Scully. Turnaround jumper, back iron, no. And Stokes has it. Charleston can push its lead past 13. That was the largest of the game. It's Stokes off glass, no good. Smith had it knocked loose, and Heilman grabs it for Frostburg State, runs into Polanco, who probably took the worst of that, but still going to be called for the foul.
Yeah, running alongside her is trying to grab the basketball, and as Frostburg State comes back down here on the offensive end, too many times on their possessions when they're looking to go inside, the ball stays on the same side of the floor and the spacing is not great. There's nowhere to go one-on-one when you can have players on the wings digging down, essentially as a double team for you. They've got to get a little bit better spacing. And they're going to luck out getting to the free throw line now from here on out for the rest of this quarter.
Ayla Heilman at the line, sinks the first, 81% free throw shooter. Native of Williamsburg, Pennsylvania, another breakout performer on this Frostburg State team for Jenna Eckelberry. She makes both, averaged about 3 points per game last year, pushing that up to nearly 11 this season. Worth noting for this Frostburg State team, this is Jenna Eckelberry's 4th season at Frostburg State. It's the first without 3-time All-American Emily Weekly. So this team spent some time finding itself. Spinelli, Muha, Heilman all stepping up into bigger roles, and by the time you get to March, they're right here in the Mountain East Conference semifinals. Scully for Polanco, another try from behind the arc. That one's short, but she grabs her own rebound. Nearly lost her footing, and now she's called for an offensive foul. Muha stood in there and took it. She got knocked to the ground a couple times in this quarter by Kennedy McLean. Now it's Polanco that puts her on the hardwood, and you want to talk about a veteran laying her body on the line. Jenna Muha has gained a lot of praise in this tournament, but she's certainly going to get even more for that.
Yeah, she really has. She stands strong. You could very much rely on her as a defender when she's behind you.
Roman trying to work the pick and roll, gives it up for Spinelli as we go under a minute left in the third. Flynn attacks the baseline, cut off, back to Spinelli, open look behind the arc. Can't get it to fall, and Natalie Smith has it. Now a pass over the top, it's a 2-on-1. Polanco, mid-range J, you bet. Noelle Polanco averages just over 2 points per game. She's got 8 here in the third quarter, and Charleston leads by 12. Frostburg State looking for answers. Roman driving on Stokes, knocked to the floor, trying to put some English on it and get it up on the iron, but instead she'll go to the free throw line and get a pair.
Frostburg State right now, everything on offense, they're making it look hard. They're making it look very hard to go against a defender. Like you have to make a move between two people and hit a trick shot underneath, where you look at Charleston coming down, they're hitting beautiful shots in stride mid-range. They're getting to the basket, they're hitting their threes.
Roman at the line, sinks the first, shoots 75% there, missed last season with an injury. Stepping into the starting lineup this year, has really worked well as a distributor of late. 6 assists in the quarterfinals against West Virginia Wesleyan, 18 helpers in the last 4 for the junior, redshirt sophomore to be exact. Shot clock turned off for Charleston, now under 10 seconds, holding for the final possession. Stokes doubled to Mietrich, stutter step, mid-range jumper, missed everything. And there will be just over a second left for the Bobcats, likely for a full court heave as Charleston's going to pick up in the backcourt. Into Heilman, and she'll just let the clock expire with Charleston ahead by 10. Charleston dominated the first, Frostburg dominated the second, and now Charleston dominates the third. What does the fourth have for us? We'll find out after this from Westbanco Arena.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Farmers, have you heard about the West Virginia Senior Farmers Market Nutrition Program? If you are selling fresh fruits and vegetables in the months of June through October, you sell your produce in the state of West Virginia, and you grow at least 25% of what you sell, you are eligible to take the vouchers. You can find the application online at agriculture.wv.gov or get one by calling 304-558-2210. This is taxable income, and you will need internet to redeem the vouchers. The deadline to apply is April 15th.
Glenville State University offers cutting-edge programs, small class sizes, and dedicated faculty providing students with a personalized experience focused on their success. With the lowest tuition in the Mountain State, every student has the opportunity to achieve their goals. At Glenville State University, you'll find a community that supports, challenges, and inspires you every step of the way. From hands-on learning in state-of-the-art facilities to internships that connect you with real-world opportunities, we prepare you for the challenges and triumphs of tomorrow. Pioneer your future at Glenville State University.
My name's Katie, and I'm a sophomore at Virginia Tech. I'm studying to be a lawyer, which means I'll be in school for 6 more years, and college isn't cheap. But my parents opened a Smart 529 savings account when I was 6 months old, and having that savings has given me the opportunity to focus on my education.
Smart 529 is West Virginia's education savings solution. Turn your savings into their success. Visit smart529.com. For more information, contact Smart 529 to obtain a program description, which includes investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other information. Read and consider it carefully before investing.
10-point lead headed into the fourth for the University of Charleston. Head coach Bubby Johnson not afraid to put his freshmen in big spots. Jordan Scully leading the way for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, they've been lights out from three-point land this entire game. Jordan Scully 4 of 7, 14 points for Charleston. And then Polanco comes in, the freshman, 3 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, so just hitting big shots whenever Charleston is needed them, when they feel Frostburg coming in and looking to close that gap.
Mentioned it briefly late in the first half. Jordan Scully coming into today had hit at least 3 3-pointers 9 times for this Charleston team. The Golden Eagles are 7-2 in those games, now looking to make it 8-2 as she's got 4 in this one. Polanco attacking the zone, couldn't lay it in, and Frostburg State comes the other way, trailing by 10, really struggled offensively in that third quarter. Mandy Roman had the shot blocked, but contact from Paris Stokes is going to send her to the free throw line. Roman getting a little more aggressive offensively here in the second half. Faked the handoff, turned the corner, and Stokes just a step behind.
That's a nice and easy call there by the officials.
I appreciate Stokes trying to lobby for herself.
You have to. That's what players do.
And any great point guard knows how to work officials and know where the line is. You get as close to the line as you can, and then when they tell you where the line is, you back it up just a little bit.
You smile and say thank you. And do it again the next possession.
Roman 2 for 2 at the line. Back to a single-digit deficit. They've gone back to the zone here to start the fourth for Frostburg State. A look from Polanco. She's got another one. Noah Polanco had hit 7 3-pointers all season. The freshman's got 3 in the second half.
Yeah, really taking advantage of this opportunity. They've trusted her being the fill-in for Womber, and she has sure delivered. Womber's so dominant in the paint, but Polanco just giving you a totally different look on the perimeter.
Great move by Spinelli, but she couldn't finish with the left hand, and Charleston rebounds. Ahead again by 11. Bubby Johnson looks at Noah Polanco, who's had a hot head here, and says, look, I know you're feeling it, but
yeah, don't you
let's
dare
settle
come
down a little
here
bit
and take this 3.
Mietrich lost the undershirt during the timeout between the third and the fourth. Couldn't score that off the glass, but bumped on the way in, and a foul called against Ayla Heilman is going to put Sunny Mietrich at the free throw line. Mentioned before, Mietrich, a stat sheet stuffer, 10th in the Mountain East Conference and made threes, 5th in assists, 3rd in assists to turnover ratio. Just a steady presence for this Charleston team, and particularly a situation like this where you're playing 3 freshmen most of this second half, and now you're going to have Mietrich on the floor with 4 freshmen as Nevaeh Brooks comes back in. Just a rock in that backcourt that I'm sure Bubby Johnson is really happy he has.
Yeah, absolutely. When Stokes is not in the game, the ball is in her hands, and she's done a really nice job of keeping the pace. Not a lot of turnovers for this Charleston team either.
She makes both. One of 4 Charleston players now in double figures as Polanco has gone over that mark. And the lead is the largest it's been at 13 for Charleston. Double team down on Muha. Who else but Metrick to come up with it off the hardwood? And she wants it in transition. Working on Roman into Smith. Shot blocked by Spinelli. Tipped out of bounds. It'll go to Frostburg State.
Yeah, now's this kind of, in between time where Frostburg State's got to start getting something generated offensively. Sophie Nichols back in the game. Didn't see a lot of action, not a lot of minutes this entire game. Don't want her to force it. Want the game to come to her, but all right, a bank shot is one way to make it happen, but that's some confidence. It gives her some confidence and her teammates some confidence.
Sophie Nichols coming off of a career high in the quarterfinals with her first bucket just over 8 minutes to play here in the 4th at West Banco Arena.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The University of Charleston with an 11-point lead here early in the 4th quarter. And Noah Polanco has a lot to do with that. The freshman from Bell Harbor, New York, showing some guard skills at 5'11", knocking down 3 3-pointers and pushing the break as well. The future very bright for Bubby Johnson and the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Bubby Johnson going down his bench after Walmber has been out with foul trouble, kind of mixing and matching what combinations he liked, and you're giving him a reason to get you some minutes and stay in the game when you're shooting 3 of 5 from the 3-point line and 4 of 10 from the field.
Career high for Polanco was 12 against Point Park earlier this season. She's got 11 here with 8 minutes still to play. That's also the lead for the Golden Eagles. Paris Stokes inside to Natalie Smith. One-on-one look against Muha. Powers it in and give her another at the free throw line. How about another freshman coming into this one for Charleston? Not a whole lot of scoring for Natalie Smith so far. She's got 4 offensive rebounds, though, and that time just taking Muha to school down on the block.
Yeah, and I love the spacing from Charleston. No one was coming around. They gave her that room to just back down and work. And on the flip side of that, Roman is standing there and Spinelli standing there. Don't just stand in no man's land. Either go double and help out Muha or get out of there. But don't stand there and just watch her get back down, scored on, and then foul.
The lead for Charleston is 14. That's the largest it's been. Sophie Nichols from way outside. No. Rebound Smith. That's her 10th of the game. Metrick, skip pass. Smith feeling good. Thought about that one. And now thinks better of it. Back for Stokes. Polanco defended by Spinelli. Here comes Scully. Guarded tightly again. Late in the shot clock. Stokes on the drive. Batted loose off of her leg and out of play. And we've talked about it throughout this tournament. These teams see each other twice in the regular season. You get to know your opponents over 3 or 4 years. One of the things that I love, the sportsmanship that we see here in Wheeling every year. Stokes ends up on the ground. The first two over there to help her up are Jenna Muha and Mandy Roman.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen that multiple times throughout games.
Lakin Flynn spinning inside but can't finish. And another rebound for Natalie Smith.
And Charleston just has to remember, the clock is our friend right now. Just because you see one good shot doesn't mean you need to take it. There's gonna be another one. If you move the ball, work some time off the clock. That first dribble drive that's there, yeah, it'll be there still. Just give it some patience.
Nearly deflected into a turnover by Mandy Roman, but it stays with Charleston after Nichols couldn't keep it in. Here's Mietrich inside, crashes into Muha, and another charge called against Charleston. Another one taken by Jenna Muha. And at the very least, Jenna Eckleberry going to be happy continually with the way her team has put their bodies on the line. And yeah, Muha and Roman both in there that get bowled over, but nonetheless, it is going to give Frostburg State the basketball. Lakin Flynn's got a lot of minutes in this game for Frostburg State as Jenna Eckleberry's tried to find the right 5. Spinelli with a nice move around. Mietrich had it blocked by Smith. Nice sequence here the last few possessions for Natalie Smith, both on the glass, in the paint, and protecting the rim. They'll play through Scully to Polanco. Flynn sagging off. She couldn't capitalize. And Roman's got it for Frostburg State. But just trying to go a little bit too quickly, throws it over the head of Spinelli and out of bounds.
Yeah, anything good they've done on defense, they have not come down and converted on the offensive end. And again, it's just that dribbling one-on-one, trying to make a move inside. And, you know, yeah, it works sometimes, but you've got to get some spacing. You have to start getting stops. Go convert the right way on the offensive end.
How did Mietrich keep that alive? Out to Scully. And now looking into Polanco, a size advantage on Roman. Kick out, Smith open for 3. High off the rim, Mietrich, another offensive rebound to Polanco, who lays it in. That's a career high for Noelle Polanco. She's got 13 all in the second half. Nichols the other way, puts it in plus the foul. And again, Senny Mietrich with a hustle play, and it turns into 2.
Yeah, had to have that from Nichols on the other end just to negate however Mietrich came up with that rebound and that interior passing over to Polanco.
Noelle Polanco with a career-high 13 points, now with 4 rebounds as well. Nichols finishes off the 3-point play. Ayla Heilman will come back in. And they're going to go small here and pick up some full-court pressure. Really 5 guards on the floor effectively with Muha on the bench. Mietrich able to break the pressure on her own, up for Smith. Baseball pass a little too wide for Scully. And Bubby Johnson says, hey, calm down. Again, like you said, the clock's your friend at this point.
Yeah, just, you know, all you have to do, give one ball fake. That whole defense slows down, shifts. Now you got your teammates running back. The guards will be there. They'll come get that outlet, and then you can work your offense. But too many times, players just want to speed things up and make it happen right away and not let plays develop.
Muha for Nichols off of her foot into the backcourt. And they say that was not touched by Scully. It's an over and back violation. My father, growing up, was a lover of John Wooden, still a lover of John Wooden, and would frequently tell me that, as John Wooden would so often say, be quick but don't hurry. And I think that's what you need to have here for Frostburg State, because I think they're getting sped up a little bit too much trying to erase that deficit.
Yeah, absolutely. They're trying to create that 10-point play right now instead of just working it through and having some patience. They're doing the right things defensively. But when they come down here on the offensive end, they're trying to just create magic that doesn't need to be created.
I think as much as Jenna Eckleberry would like there to be, there is no such thing as a 13-point shot in basketball. And so as it stands right now, they trail by double digits. That last pass from Smith out of bounds back to Frostburg State. Thought maybe for a second we were going to get a look at a replay. And I think Frostburg State did as well because they went to the bench. But now the red-clad Bobcats back out onto the floor, and we will play on without another look at it. And I think Bubby Johnson's saying, why can't we look at it? He can ask for an appeal, but more likely than not, if the officials don't want to take a look at it, he'd be putting a timeout on the line. And it looks like I think we're just going to play on. Heilman has struggled to get going after some first half foul trouble. Three-pointer in the air, no. Polanco had it for a moment, and again, Natalie Smith just rips it away from Muha. Tell you what, they were going after Smith defensively early in this second half, and after a quick breather over on the bench, she has really come back out guns blazing.
Yeah, hasn't been an opportunity to go one-on-one, and she's really turned around and done a nice job on the offensive end.
Mietrich could not get that one to go off the glass, and Frostburg State coming the other way. Heilman off one bounce. That one's good. And Jenna Eckleberry says, get up and defend. Mietrich able to break the pressure to Stokes. Back for Mietrich, dangerous pass, and Bubby Johnson wants a timeout. He didn't like what he saw.
Yeah, great opportunity. Just settle down. These passes are starting to get a little out of control. Heilman just steps into that, kind of following her shot. That's an interesting, takes that right foot and really steps into it, but nothing but net. Huge shot, huge opportunity with a lot of time left here for Frostburg State.
You mentioned Heilman the last time these two met, hit 6 3-pointers, 28 points, and she's been largely kept under wraps, spent most of that first half on the bench with 2 fouls. That's just her first field goal of the game, but she's also the most efficient three-point shooter that you've got if you're Jenna Eckleberry. You really at least have to have the threat of having her out there on the floor.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you can get stops, you know, it's okay when it's a high percentage shot and you're not just forcing things to look for a turnover where it's a quick rebound and out. Get it out in transition, spot her up, allow her to go to work.
So Charleston with 15 on the shot clock. Looking like they're going to let Paris Stokes go to work. Back out for Polanco. Still low on the timer. Stokes going to hoist it from behind the arc. Rims out, a rebound for Spinelli. Frostburg State scored the last 6, and they've got to get going quickly. Flynn tries to step through, scoops it off the glass and scores.
Great read there from Flynn. Get the defender up and goes under.
We get a foul call to the backcourt. And looks like it'll be Mandy Roman. So many coaches these days tell their players you want to play off 2 when you get inside. Well, that's pretty textbook. The jump stop from Lake and Flynn, then able to step across on the defender. Charleston seeing its lead trimmed down to 8. Hasn't scored now in over 2 minutes. Now an even 3 minutes on the timer. Another late shot clock situation and another deflection from Andy Roman. Winner of this game advances to play the top seed Glenville State, who beat Fairmont State earlier today. Stokes down the lane against Heilman. And the foul called on Frostburg State's Ayla Heilman. That's going to be her 4th. And Stokes hit the ground pretty hard. Is a little bit slow to get up. An aggressive take here. Roman went for the steal, and then Heilman just kind of leaned in to try to stay in front of Stokes, who may have hit her head off the floor. Stokes has taken a couple of shots in this game. This one, and then the elbow from Zaria Gaskins in the first half that was reviewed for a potential flagrant foul. It was left a common foul, and again, she's still laboring a little bit as Noelle Polanco and Natalie Smith are going to get an ovation from the Charleston faithful as they head back out of the game. Bridget Womber back in with 4 personals. That one good from Stokes.
Womber back in the game. Frostburg really has to make sure they're focusing on these free throws, getting that rebound. If it's a miss, you better secure this possession.
Stokes 2 for 2. Livia O'Day checking back in. Will come in for Stokes. Have to imagine Bubby Johnson wants to get her to the sideline long enough for a breather. They're actually going to send her back with the training staff after she hit her head on that last play. So Frostburg State trailing by 10. Spinelli out to Roman. Back to Spinelli, a shot fake, and she traveled. And some frustration there at the end of the play from Spinelli. It's been a tough second half for her. Had 12 points at the break. That's where her total still stands. Full court pressure again from the Bobcats, but Metrick has navigated it very well here down the stretch. O'Day had a look for Scully. Now they'll get it to Brooks. She'll fire away. Rims out and Spinelli rebounds. Frostburg State's got to go quickly. Heilman an open look from deep, and that one goes. Second three-pointer here in the fourth from Ayla Heilman. Frostburg State's back within 7. Bobcats need to make a push, but it's Metrick again breaking the pressure, and Flynn called for the reach-in.
And they're still all right. That's only going to be their 4th foul. Won't be sending them to the free throw line, but great shot there again from Heilman. That's been the offense so far. In the first half, it was, free throws, getting to the free throw line, but right now they've been stagnant. The mission has got to be to get Heilman the ball. You can drive all you want, but you better be ready to kick, and she's got to move around the perimeter because they're getting nothing in the 2-man game that they're trying to work by getting to the basket.
That's the 5th team foul against Frostburg, so it sends Metrick to the free throw line where she misses the first. Metrick just a 67% free throw shooter on the season.
And again, Womber's in the game. Double team there, someone else get the shooter, you got to secure rebounds.
And she missed both. Womber kept the rebound alive, but came over Muha's back. That's her 5th, she's out of the game. They call Womber for the push at the back, and Noelle Polanco will return for Charleston. Frustrating day for Womber. Dominated the glass in that first quarter. 6 points, 5 rebounds. She goes to the bench after spending just 12 minutes in the game.
Yeah, it's amazing how, roles and positions can change from game to game. But to see Womber, that's a tough play, but, that's a...
You need to know better.
It's tough, yeah. You shouldn't even be in the play at that point. You're technically not supposed to get the rebound when you don't have that position on a free throw anyway. So just, if it comes to you, get it. But if not, now you're sitting on the bench, you're done.
Under 2 minutes to play, and Flynn took her eyes off the ball. Rotated up to get that pass from Muha and just fumbled it.
Yeah, you got to secure that pass. You can't look away. You can't do anything with the basketball unless you have it. Got to be a little bit more purposeful.
Metrick dances out of the double team. Stokes again trying to avoid the pressure. Now she's fouled by Roman. That's the 3rd on Mandy Roman, and again, it's going to put Paris Stokes at the free throw line. If you're Charleston, this is who you want going to the stripe. 84% free throw shooter is Stokes. Metrick, who just missed 2, is at 67% on the season. Scully is at 76 as Stokes makes the first. Smith, 68, and then Polanco, who's been such a big part of this run for Charleston in the second half, has only attempted 5 free throws all season and made 1. But Stokes makes both there as Sophie Nichols comes back in for Frostburg State to replace Flynn. Stokes is going to pick up some token pressure here and not allow Frostburg State to roll the ball in.
They've got to run a set, something for Heilman. You've got to be able to get her open.
It's Roman left of the lane, and she couldn't get it to go. The clock's starting to run out on the Bobcats. Stokes waiting for that trap to come, and now Bubby Johnson uses the timeout. Stokes kind of got into no man's land there with two defenders coming out and was frankly yo-yoing that ball, kind of daring Frostburg State to come out and trap her because she knows she's one of the players that Charleston wants at the free throw line, but then she kind of waited too long and ended up getting trapped.
Yeah, exactly right. And Frostburg State, you got to put somebody face guard Stokes. Don't let her inbound this basketball. She cannot have the ball in your hands. If you're going to foul right away, you need to put somebody else at the free throw line. It cannot be her.
Frostburg State is going to get some fresh faces into the game. I would imagine in a fouling situation here. Carly Hawkins is checked in. She defends the ball. Inbound goes to Stokes. Double teamed. Turns the corner, takes it to the basket, and lays it in.
I can guarantee you that's not what Jenna Eckelberry said to do in that timeout. There's just no way.
And Jenna Eckelberry is going to take a timeout of her own. And she's going to get her starters back in. Stokes in a situation here on that possession, I imagine, where Bubby Johnson said, take a layup if you've got it, and then she got one. But as you look at the bracket, Charleston with 1 minute and 5 seconds left, out to a double-digit advantage, looking like more likely they're going to be the opponent tomorrow for Glenville State. Looking like it's going to be an exciting one after the Pioneers were able to hold off Fairmont State earlier today.
Talk about two teams with three-point shooting, tough defense the last 2 days, and rebounding. I mean, talk a battle underneath if Charleston hangs on to this one and faces Glenville State tomorrow.
So with 1 minute and 5 seconds left, it's Frostburg State basketball needing to go quickly. Into Spinelli, back for Roman. She gets her way around Stokes and lays it in. Jenna Eckelberry says pick up the pressure. Metrick back for Stokes, under 1 minute to play. It's a 4-on-1, up to Scully, lays it in. Just something you couldn't afford there for Frostburg State. Nichols in against Metrick. Doesn't want to commit the foul there, she scores. Frostburg State needs to foul, they're not able to. A pass over the top from Metrick, another easy two for Stokes.
Charleston's just handling this so well right now, not even allowing them to foul, getting down, getting easy layups, just passing right over Frostburg.
Three-pointer from Muha arcs in. That's her 5th of the season. She'd only attempted 11 all year. And a timeout again called by Frostburg State. And our health plan player of the game is Charleston's Jordan Scully. The health plan here for you. Scully getting hot from the outside in the first half, keeping things going after halftime. 16 points and 4 three-pointers for the freshman from Sydney, Ohio.
Yeah, sometimes it takes that first one, someone to lead the way and say, hey, this three-point line is going to be open for us today. And certainly the rest of her team followed.
28 seconds here on the clock as Charleston looks to close this one out. The number 1 seed Glenville State awaits. Still an 8-point advantage. Stranger things have happened certainly than Frostburg State erasing an 8-point deficit. The winner of this one into the championship tomorrow again against Glenville State. The Pioneers reached the championship game last year as the number 6 seed before falling to number 1 Fairmont State in that game. So Emily Stoller's team hoping to secure the conference championship for the first time under her direction. Bubby Johnson in his 2nd season has seen an improvement from a year ago. This team was 16-14, now 19-10 this season. Mietrich to inbound, throwing deep for Scully, intercepted by Nichols. Life for Frostburg State. Roman hit by Polanco, and that is the 5th team foul against Charleston. It'll put Mandy Roman at the free throw line. And the last thing Bubby Johnson wants to see right now is Frostburg State given an opportunity to score with the clock stopped.
That was the right play from Charleston. There was nobody back. Scully was right in front of her bench almost. If that pass would have just led her towards the basket, it was there.
Roman makes the first. Reagan Ogle has come in for Frostburg State along with Hawkins for this defensive possession. And Charleston's going to use a timeout to advance the basketball. So the lead down to 6, 22.9 seconds on the clock. And would have to imagine for Charleston right now, the biggest concern is getting the basketball inbounds. You can't afford a turnover like you had on that last possession. You trust Stokes to go to the free throw line. You trust anybody to go to the free throw line on this team with as much guts, I think, as they've shown throughout this one.
Yeah, and, you know, despite that turnover, that, like I said, that was the right play. You guys tell your, you know, whoever's taking the ball, really, I'd rather you throw it long than short in that situation. But in this sideline situation, Stokes has had no issues getting open. And again, you're not going to want to get open on Frostburg's side. You're going to want to just force it down to your end. Everyone break down that way. There's going to be some sort of outlet because they're going to probably look to double team Stokes if she does appear open.
And now we're going to get a quick stoppage for a word between Stokes and one of the officials. And now we're ready to play. The 6'2" Hawkins guarding the ball. They get it into Stokes for a moment. It's fumbled. It's out of bounds. And it stays with Charleston. A nervous moment there for the Golden Eagles, but they maintain the possession off the deflection. Again, Stokes comes to the ball deep in the corner, hit by Roman, and she will go to the line. That's the 4th on Mandy Roman. Muha and Heilman will come back in for Frostburg State. So big spot here for Paris Stokes. A team high 18 points in this game. She's 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And this is the first. Second shot from the junior. That one's good. 7-point game. And again, Frostburg State's got to hurry. Stokes with the pressure. Doesn't allow Muha to roll it inbounds. Roman attacking into the lane around Smith. Couldn't finish. Rebounded by Stokes. The final 10 seconds starting to tick away. And Roman reached in and has been called for a 5th foul. I don't think she was trying to foul intentionally, but the contact is enough to send Paris Stokes back to the free throw line and foul Roman out of the game.
Yeah, you could tell Roman, I think she was kind of letting her go. I don't even know if she was reaching for it. Definitely did not want to foul. She kind of looked at the ref and said so afterwards. That's something you don't hear every day. Like, hey, you know I wasn't trying to foul that time. Seriously this time.
Stokes makes the first. Frustration on the side from Frostburg State, but certainly a fight from the Bobcats as the 7 seed to get here to the semifinals. Second one missed. Heilman the rebound. Up the floor, Reagan Ogle to Spinelli, a 3 with 2 to play, off the nose of the rim, and Charleston is headed to the Mountain East Conference Championship game. The Golden Eagles, in their 2nd season under Bubby Johnson, will play for a championship. 79-71 the final score over Frostburg State as Charleston denies Cinderella a dance with the Glenville State Pioneers. Meg, a pretty complete performance, at least over 3/4 for this Charleston team that Bubby Johnson has to take some confidence into the finals with.
No, absolutely. You know, basketball is going to be a game of runs. There's going to be some give and take, but I thought that they dealt with adversity with having Womber on the bench. I thought you have players like Polanco that came in and stepped in, and then Mietrich and Scully, your steady veterans, were able to do what they do. So Really overall great performance from Charleston, and Frostburg State gave it their best, but just not enough today to contend with them.
Our championship game is set. It'll be Charleston against Glenville State. The final score, Charleston 79, Frostburg State 71. The 2026 Mountain East Conference Basketball Championships, presented by the Health Plan, was a presentation of Metro News, the voice of West Virginia.